The Nittany Lions are dancing into the WBIT semifinals. Penn State defeated Mississippi State 92-87 Thursday night at the Bryce Jordan Center. Guard Ashley Owusu led the way with 24 points, while McKenna Marisa poured in 22. The win marks the first time Penn State reached the semifinals of a postseason tournament since their 2000 run to the NCAA Tournament Final Four. And this Penn State team under head coach Carolyn Kieger has really turned around in the last 5 seasons. You look at this team and they were right on the bubble of making the NCAA tournament for the first time in a decade. You have to think, had point guard Tay Valladay not gotten injured in February, what could have been? But when you've watched the development of this Penn State team, what stands out?
All the grit and the toughness. They carry out what Carolyn Kieger preaches, and it's all the time effort, and that's what you see from this team. Ashley Owusu didn't play for several of the first games of the season, and then with Valladay going down in February, just a little bit disjointed with their chemistry.
Yeah, well, looking ahead, what do you think is going to be key for them to possibly win the WBIT, which would just be a huge confidence boost for this program, don't you think?
Absolutely. I think share the sugar, right? Pass the ball, get everybody involved. Without Valladay in there, you're going to have to crash the boards a little harder because she was staunch on the glass. But I just think that they just have to keep that motor running. And I know that Carolyn Kieger is going to keep the gas pedal down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love getting to talk to her out on the call.
Yep, chills right now.
Yep, I'm going to say she knows her stuff. Now, Penn State is not the only Big Ten team that's going to be playing in the WBIT semifinals. Illinois also advanced after taking down Tulsa, a big win for that program. But Illinois a little bit in a different situation than the Nittany Lions because they came into the season with really high expectations. The Illini were ranked top 25. They returned all of their starters from a season ago in a team that really surprised a lot of folks. What happened down the stretch of the season for Illinois?
They got shots to fall. I think that's the biggest difference. I mean, if you're looking at what Illinois did last year, got up to as high as 14th in the country. They did that with shooting the basketball really well, especially from 3. They returned over 80% of their offense to the floor. So when they were coming out of the gates a little slow, I had a couple of their games, and Shauna Green, the head coach, she said, hey, we just have to knock in our shots. It wasn't that it changed, that we were taking our same great shots, but they were being defended differently as well because people knew what they were going to come with on the offensive end for Illinois. But I think they just have to move the basketball as well, but they also have to make their shots. But I think they started attacking the basket and getting to the rim, and I think that changed things for them because then they could spray out. They committed the defense to the basketball, but I think if they stay in attack mode, I think they'll be great in the postseason here.
Something Coach Green said early on in the season when Illinois was struggling is she felt like they were forcing things a little bit, maybe forcing some tougher outside shots because they're pressing, because they wanted to do well and they had those expectations. But hey, it would still be fun to see a Big Ten versus Big Ten WBIT finals matchup, so it could very well happen.
Big
Illinois
Ten tournament.
moving on to the semifinals, very exciting. All right, well, some other big news in the women's basketball world. A big surprise from USA Basketball. Caitlin Clark was named to the 14-player training camp roster ahead of the 2024 Summer Olympics. Several stars who helped the United States win gold at the 2022 Women's World Cup were included, like Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, just a number of the greats whose names you're used to seeing. Clark, the only non-WNBA player on the list. Are you surprised to see this, Christy?
Not at all, right? You have to consider her, Caitlin Clark, and not just for her scoring ability. I mean, she averages almost 9 assists a game. So let's just not forget that she's an initiator. She's the straw that stirs the drink for her team at Iowa and could do the same for our USA Basketball.
All right, well, besides USA Basketball, Caitlin Clark also had a big week because she reportedly received a huge offer from hip-hop artist Ice Cube, has come out and confirmed that he offered Caitlin Clark $5 million to take part in his 3-on-3 league. Yes, you heard that right. $5 million. Now, she already has announced she planned to enter the WNBA draft after the season. But hey, with an offer like that, now he has said that she should be able to play in both leagues. But still, what do you think that does for the game, and what do you take from that? Should she do it?
Oh, absolutely, she should do it. And Ice Cube called me because Big 3, there's no age limit.
Here we go,
anyway, get it together.
They're paying broadcasters too?
I mean, $5 million. Let's go with that. But no, I think it's great for the game. It's not a gimmick, okay? If anything, it draws more attention to women's basketball. And Ice Cube, big time offer there. Caitlin Clark, yes, take that offer and do it all. Do it all for the game. Galvanize it. Continue push.
Ice Cube, call us next. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.